Mr. Taguba, I remember during your previous testimony, you made mention of general merchandise in relation to Tara system. Can you enlighten us on this?
Your Honor, yung general merchandise po, iba-iba po kasing may-ari nun. So,
Iba-iba ang may-ari.
Opo. Yung isang container, pwedeng may footwear, pwedeng may kitchenware. So, iba-iba. Hindi naman siya kontrabando, pero hindi siya dinedeclare kasi mahaba eh. Pag i-declare mo siya, ang may-ari ng container, ay yung may-ari ng produkto, sobrang dami ng laman ng isang container eh. So, hahaba yung ililist mong items. So, ang ginagawa, pag general merchandise, pipili na lang ng ilan na papayagan naman ng BOC. So, yun na lang i-declare.
In other words, mayroong nakalista, mayroong hindi.
Yes. General description po.
And for some whose intention really is to engage in importation of contraband, sinasadya nila na gamiting classification yung general merchandise para mailusot those which are prohibited.
Magagamit po siya sa...
Like shabu.
Pwede po.
Yun bang 6.4 billion, if you still remember, Mr. Taguba, was it classified also as general merchandise?
Pwede ko po bang i-clarify muna yung sinabi ni Commissioner Faeldon?
Yes.
Kung okay lang po.
Commissioner Faeldon, let me continue with the process, please. Once all these documents for importation are submitted to BOC, ano po bang sunod na gagawin? Let us say that the importation are already loaded in the cargo vessel, in the process of being shipped to the Philippines. What should be the next step?
Excuse me, Congresswoman Luistro, I believe your question earlier about the system that you asked Mr. Taguba, I think he's ready to
give the answer?
to give the answer to you. Before we ask another opinion from Commissioner Faeldon. So,
Your Honor,
proceed. Yeah.
Your Honor, nasa akin na yung pangalan ng importer. So, I would like to say it now. Yung tinanong nyo kanina, Your Honor, kung sino yung nag-import.
Okay, sige, ganito muna. You hold on to your horses, Mark. Let us listen first to Commissioner Faeldon. Sige, Commissioner.
Yung importer po, ma'am, is a company na EMT Trading.
EMT Trading.
Yes, ma'am. And yung registered owner ay si Irene May Tatad. Nakakulong po yata ito ngayon, Your Honor. I would like Mr. Taguba to correct me if I'm wrong because I think siya yung I think he knows it.
Okay,
so
sige.
kung mali yung aking sinabi, I would...
So, ang consignee dun sa importation na yon ay EMT Trading. Tama, Commissioner?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
The registered owner is Irene May Tatad. I'm sure Mr. Taguba may clarify this if this is wrong or not.
Oh, sige.
Your Honors, thank
Okay.
you.
So, earlier, si Congresswoman Luistro asked a question to Mr. Taguba with regards to the sistema, no? Yung sistema, paano dinideclare ang goods kung ang laman ay kontrabando. Sige, please continue.
Yes po, Your Honor. Pero po ang tanong po ni Anpol ay kung yung ba ay may shabu doon galing sa container na yon. Naalala ko po kasi sinabi lang kanina ni former Commissioner Faeldon na merong information from China. So, meron pong nag-testify sa court, taga-BOC, si Rainier Ragos po. Ang tinestify po niya sa court is yung warehouse po, kung saan po yung natagpuan yung shabu. Wala pong container na nakalagay doon. doon sa text message na yun.
Excuse me, Mark. Anong ibig mong sabihin? Yung may-ari ng warehouse, ang consignee?
Ay, yung sa Shabu po na yung sinasabi po niyang information from China.
So, an information was shared to Commissioner Faildon, no, by your counterpart from China. And the information was, merong shabu ang warehouse.
Yun po ang information. Pero ang sabi po kasi kanina ni former Commissioner Faildon, merong container number na binigay. Pero doon po sa korte na nag-testify po itong si Rainier Ragos, wala pong container number kasi text message po yun eh. Warehouse lang po.
Mr. Chair, I wish to be
Please proceed.
clarified. Mark, yun bang nahuli sa warehouse, container ba yun? Or yung metallic cylinder lang?
Yun po, metallic cylinder lang po.
Wala na yung container.
Wala na po, ito po yung timeline po niya. Na-deliver yung container May 24, nagka-raid na siya May 26 na siya.
In other words, the other merchandise inside this MCLU 600 1881 were delivered actually to their respective owners. And it was the metallic cylinder only which was discovered in the warehouse in Valenzuela.
Pero pwede ko rin pong sabihin na pwedeng hindi doon ang galing yung metal cylinder dahil hindi naman nakita yung unloading. Pag tinignan nyo po yung logbook nila, may mga ibang container na na-deliver doon. So, sa tingin ko, na ituro lang yung container na yun, meron din akong text message no, na nanggaling kay Kenneth Dong na nung araw na yun mismo, nangihingi siya ng dokumento nung container number na MCLU 600-1881. Tinanong ko siya kung bakit, pero hindi na siya nag-reply. Ako naman, dahil parang wala naman sa akin yun, binigay ko na lang. Ang duda ko kasi, yun yung naging dahilan kaya naituro yung container na yun eh. Siguro kung hindi ako nagbigay ng dokumento na yun, nung time na yun, baka hindi yun yung naiturong container.
Would you know the reason why Kenneth Dong was asking for the documents of that particular container?
Si Kenneth Dong po kasi, middleman lang po siya. So, ang may-ari po kasi ng warehouse is si Richard Tan. Pero hindi kilala ni Kenneth Dong si Richard Tan, si Manny Lee lang. So, may middleman pa uli. Kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, nag-hearing na po sa Senate ito noon, nang hingi ng dokumento si Manny Lee sa kanya. Ito, itong MCLU 600-1881. So siya naman, hiningi rin niya sa akin, parang ano lang. Tapos binigay ko sa kanya, binigay niya kay Manny Lee, ayun siguro nakarating kay Richard Tan, yun ay naituro na container. So, hindi ko, ano lang po ito parang assumption ko lang po, theory ko lang po. Kasi wala namang container na natagpuan doon mga cylinder lang po.
Was this container ever discovered during that time? Kung nasan itong container na to?
Wala na po yung container doon nung 2 araw na nakakalipas So, ang nakita na lang doon is yung mga metal cylinder na may nakalagay nga doon na na papel, yung Fidel Anoche D. Yun na yung pinagbasehan nila.
But do you confirm that that container, the shipment inside that container was classified as general merchandise?
Yes, Your Honor.
Kasi per your narration, kapag general merchandise, maraming may-ari, various types of goods. But I wish to emphasize what you said, na pwede yung metallic cylinder ay hindi naman ang galing dun sa container na iyon. Kasi wala ng container na nakita sa loob ng warehouse.
Wala po, hindi po. Wala
If
po
that
sila.
is the case, Mr. Taguba, what therefore was the basis why you were made accountable for the metallic cylinder when there is no proof that that is one of the contents of that container?
Yun po. Yung packing list naman, kailanman di ko nakita tong packing list na ito eh.
Does the packing list mentions about metallic cylinder?
Wala po. Yung sinasabi kong packing list, yung Anhai packing list, hindi po siya official document. Kailanman di ko siya nakita. Hindi siya sinabit sa BOC. Ang nakakaalam lang nito is si Manny Lee, sila Richard Tan, na yun, di umano, merong metal cylinder.
And I remember you also testified before na you have a packing list with a stamp of the BOC, and another packing list was produced during the hearing in the court without the stamp of the BOC, and that was the one which was appreciated by the court.
Yun po yung nangyari. Yung,
Do you still have with you the packing list with the stamp of the BOC?
ano na lang po, Xerox copy na lang po.
But it still bear the stamp of the BOC?
Yes po, inano naman siya, verify po siya ng BOC na si Dennis Maniego na ito ay totoong dokumento. So, kahit wala yung original copy kasi sinasubmit syempre sa BOC, kahit Xerox copy lang siya, pinatunayan naman na totoo ito. At gusto ko lang din iklaro yung AFTA. So, ito po yung isang special permit din po ito. Hindi naman permit, kumbaga, para makabawas sa tax. So, ASEAN-China Free Trade Agreement, hindi po ako nagkakamali. Yun po ay may tatak po ng Quarantine Bureau ng China na in-inspect po siya. At gusto ko lang din sabihin na katulad din sa Pilipinas, hindi lahat ng container ini-inspect. So, swerte rin siya at na-inspect siya. So, dapat talaga yung korte, nung in-assess niya, dapat pinanigan niya yung aming dokumento kaysa dun sa informal
What do you
packing list
mean
na yan.
when you said swerte siya, na-inspect siya?
Hindi po lahat ng container na i-inspect. Ganon din po. Hindi ganon talaga. Sobrang daming container. So siya, na-inspect siya. Meron siya tatak ng Quarantine Bureau. Pinatunayan sa korte na totoo yun. Sa
You're
kasamaang-
referring to this MCU 1881?
Yes. Your Honor.
Okay. And then?
Sa kasamaang palad, ang pinanigan ng korte is yung Anhai packing list, na informal packing list na hindi naman sinabmit sa Bureau of Customs. So, yun, hanggang ngayon, inilalaban namin yun. Nag-motion for reconsideration kami with motion to inhibit.
So you anchored one of the arguments where you anchored your motion for reconsideration is the non-appreciation of the packing list with the stamp of the BOC.
Yes. Pinaka
Okay.
number one po.
Mr. Chair, may I continue?
You have 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Commissioner Faeldon, I recall there's such a thing as declaration of goods with the BOC. Ano po ito, Commissioner?
In paper, I think the declaration of goods is the packing documents where you specify there what are these commodities you're importing and the quantity of each commodity that you'll be importing.
I'm sorry, sir, but based on my research, this is different from the packing list. So, what distinguishes a good declaration from a packing list? Based on my information, ito daw pong good declaration na ito ay isinasubmit sa BOC within certain number of days before the arrival of the shipment.
I would like to ask help from the expert if what's the difference between the two, Your Honor.
I see. And based on your knowledge, Commissioner Feldon, ano bang purpose nitong good declaration?
Well, Well, in the term itself, that is to give a truthful declaration of what is the importation you're bringing, what is these goods you're importing to the country. I think that's the purpose.
Perhaps it describes also the type of goods and the quantity and the value.
That's why my assumption is this is the packing list, because that is where the specific type of good quantity is being declared.
Tama po bang sabihin, Commissioner Faeldon, na on the basis of this declaration of goods, the BOC is able to determine whether it will go through the yellow lane, the green lane, or the red lane? Does this good declaration has something to do with the lane where the shipment will go through?
Yes, ma'am. There's an office in the customs that does the vetting of those declaration of good. It is our risk management office. Once all those documents were submitted to the customs, they will start to run that into our system, whether this importation will pass through the physical inspection upon arrival in our ports, or X-ray, or will go to the fast lanes. So it's another office that does the vetting of those actual importation. Our office is called Risk Management Office, Your Honor.
Let me go back to Mr. Taguba. Is it on this stage that the process or the system in the BOC is being manipulated by the TARA system?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
And which office is responsible to determine under which lane the shipment must go through?
Yung mga ano po ba yan? Mga yellow lane, red lane, green lane. RMO po ata.
Anong tawag po sa opisina?
RMO.
Ano pong ibig sabihin ng opisina na yon?
Risk Management Office. Kung di po ako nagkakamali.
So this is the same risk management office that was mentioned by Commissioner Faeldon. Mr. Chair, considering the vital information, I believe, which can be shared by the RMO with respect to the alleged manipulation of this yellow lane, green lane, red lane in relation to the TARA system, I humbly move that we invite for our next hearing the head of the Risk Management Office of the BOC.
Second, Mr. Chair.
Okay, there is a motion to invite the risk management officer of the BOC, the head. Duly seconded. Any objection? Hearing none, the said motion is now approved.
Mr. Taguba, kung ako mag-i-import ng firearms and ammunition, but I will be enrolling myself in the TARA system, alleged by you. So mapupunta ako sa green lane, exempted ako from document inspection, exempted ako from physical examination, malulusot ko ang firearms and ammunitions without knowledge at all of the BOC.
Well, unang-una, hindi po ako papayag na magpasok ng ganyan.
That is only an assumption. That is a hypothetical question.
Pero, yes po, Your Honor.
Yes, because you said the reason why you enrolled yourself to what you allege as Davao Group is to be able to avail of this TARA system, which, as described by Mr. Guban, has been existing in BOC since time immemorial. And the significance of this TARA system, kapag nag-green lane ka, exempted ka sa document inspection, exempted ka din sa physical examination. Do you confirm that?
Yes, sir. Pwede ko po bang dagdagan yun? Hindi naman po, katulad po ng sinabi niya, time immemorial po, nandiyan na po yung TARA. Hindi po naman namin ginusto na pasukin yung TARA system na yan. Kaya naman ginagawa yan, siyempre, yung mga negosyante, kung makakabawas ka ng babayaran, gagawin mo. Lalo na kung itong mga
For some, yes.
ito pong
But for
nagpapakonsolidate.
some, there is intention really to bring in contraband. Yung iba ang gusto magtipid lang. Pero yung iba, chances are, the intention really is to bring in prohibited items. Would you agree
Yes.
with me?
Yes, Your Honor. Pero katulad po ng sinabi ko, paano naman yung mga maliliit na nagnenegosyo kung yung kalaban nila na nagnenegosyo din, dumadaan sa TARA system, sila naman hindi. Paano nila maibibenta yung mga produkto nila na hindi nila kayang tapatan yung presyo ng mga taong yun?
That is just a portion of a bigger perspective, Mr. Taguba. I am more alarmed about the national security of the country considering the manipulation of the entry of goods inside the country. For the information of the Filipino people, based on the previous testimony of our resource persons, kapag enrolled ka sa TARA system, you avail of the green lane, exempted ka sa document inspection, exempted ka sa physical examination. Kung nasa yellow lane ka, exempted ka sa document exemption, inspection, pero hindi ka exempted sa physical examination. Is that correct?
Yes po.
At
Yes, Your
kapag
Honor.
red lane ka, subject ka both to document inspection and to physical examination.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, gusto ko lang malaman kung sino yung naglagay ng mga ganung lane. Yung ba ay due course ng customs o sino ang naglagay nun? Yung red lane, green lane,
BOC na po makakasagot po niyan.
ang BOC na mga kugot nun.
Hindi ko po alam.
Okay, Commissioner Paildon, ano po yung sinasabi ni Mr. Taguba na red lane, green lane? Ano po yun?
Those classifications, hindi lang po yan peculiar sa Pilipinas. Annually, there's a annual Director General's Conference of all customs chiefs in the world. And these are the best practices that has been agreed upon to do. When I assume, matagal na po siya doon.
Ibig sabihin, you confirm na merong ganong classification.
Yes, sir, but I would like to disagree on some of the requirements stated by one of our speaker here that when you pay TARA, nasa green lane ka. I would like to disabuse that because there's stringent requirements before you go there. Most of these corporations that are there, these are international corporations who have proven their honesty in importing commodities. You cannot be importer today and be at the green lane tomorrow.
So,
I
Commissioner
think-
Paildon, you affirm, you confirm that there is a TARA system.
Yes, Your Honor. I believe
There
in
is,
that.
oo.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you believe that to be legal.
Pakiuli, sir, di ko na kuha.
Do you believe that to be legal?
It's
The
criminal.
TARA system is legal.
It's criminal, Your Honor.
It is illegal.
Yes, Your Honor.
Illegal yan.
Yes, Your Honor.
But you know that there is.
Of course, Your
And
I
you
know,
did
Your
not
Honor.
do anything to stop it.
I did a lot, sir, Your Honor.
What did you do to stop the TARA system?
Ang una-una,
During
sir,
your time.
yes, sir. In my small time there, a little over 1 year, in my first week of stint, I requested all the importers and brokers and appeal to them because I agree with your honors that this is since immemorial and we've been losing maybe trillions already. Because wala nagbabayad eh. Si Mr. Tagupa sinasabi niya gusto makabawas eh. Ang sama pakinggan eh. Kasi ginugulangan mo na kagad yung bansa eh. gusto mong kumita, so bawasan mo na kagad yung tariff na babayaran mo. Talagang hindi pwede yan. So I appeal to them. Then after 2 months, unang meeting namin, these are thousands of brokers and importers. I appeal to them na maawa naman kayo sa bansa natin. Yung binabayad yung buwis, para sa atin yan. The second is dun sa trade center. I think more than 2,000 attended. Pero ganun pa rin, sir, eh. Talagang embedded. Marami talagang importers and brokers na gustong kumita. So I started vetting kung sino itong mga airing. That's why we came up with that 4,000 na dinlist namin. Nagalit sila sa akin, of course, but we are, lahat tayo, sir, naglilingkod sa bayan. Sinasabi nga niya, gusto makabawas. Yes, makabawas sila sa kanilang binabayaran, pero yung taong bayan yung nalulugi dyan. So, I think, as far as they are concerned, hindi na ako nagusto kasi 4,000 nga tinanggal ko sa listahan nila eh. So, those are the process na ginawa ko, Your Honor. At